Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kat. I am the Nurse Flipper. Today we are going to show you what sold for us on eBay, Etsy, Poshmark, Mercari over the weekend. It was a 3-day weekend with President's Day. You are seeing this the following weekend. We have about $1,100 going out over on eBay, as well as our Poshmark, Mercari, and Etsy sales. Now that is pretty low. Typically on a 3-day weekend, we're closer to $1,500 to $2,000. So hopefully sales will pick up soon. But I am excited to show you what sold. And at the end of this video, we are going to pick the winner of the month of my reseller Genie as well. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so up first is something that took a little longer to sell. It is this really cute little silhouette. It does have the hook to hang it on the wall. There is the back of this one. So this one is from the 1930s or 1940s. It is an older one. I only paid $5 for it at a live auction in person. This one sold for $30 plus the buyer paid $6 in shipping. So this one's about a $20 profit, but again, it took over a year to sell. Up next, if you are not watching my cat treasure hunting videos, start watching. I picked this up at a Salvation Army down in Key West. So this is Dakine, Hawaii. It is a little crossbody purse. I paid $3 at Salvation Army and it sold for $18 in under a week. So very, very fast selling. This brand looks like it does okay, so keep an eye out for that. It's going to be about a $10 profit after fees. All right, these next two I separated because I did not want to have to ship them together and it didn't work. The same buyer bought both of them. So they are going together. These are some vintage green anchor hawking. You can see, there you go, anchor hawking. So this is a smaller 1 quart, and then we also have the 2 quart one. And I didn't want to list them together because I didn't want to ship them together, but they bought them together. So the two of those I paid $5 at a yard sale. They sold for $36.50 plus the buyer paid shipping. So they are going to be about a $25 profit after fees, and they sold in about a month. Those did sell pretty fast. Up next is a brand I absolutely love. It's actually, it's what I'm wearing today, and that is Life is Good. So I have quite a few of these shirts. This is a men's plain blue button-up Life is Good size large. This one sold in about 3 months for $15. I paid $3, so this one's about an $8 profit. So watch out for that brand, Life is Good. Personally, I buy them and they sell very, very well. Up next is a State of Florida flag. I'm not going to open it all the way for you guys. I'll pop a picture up there. This one I paid less than $1. It sold for $6.50, so it is about a $4 profit, and it took about 4 to 5 months to sell. Up next is a cute little porcelain trinket box. So I love selling trinket boxes. They're really not hard to ship. This one does have silver tone. This one I paid $5. It sold for $22. So it's about a $14 profit after fees. But this one, again, it's another one that took about a year to sell. So if you are a new seller, having patience is key. I've been getting a lot of messages from you guys that are finding it hard, but this is not something that happens overnight. Having regular sales and building it up, it takes time, so you've got to be patient unless you're sourcing for stuff that sells really fast. Very, very popular brands and electronics, video games, things like that, you're gonna have to wait for some of this stuff to sell. Up next is a skiing alligator. This is a cute little alligator skiing. He sold for $14. I paid $1, so he's about a $10 profit, and he took about 6 months to sell. And he's not branded or anything. So I love picking up little ornaments like this, because if you keyword them right, you can still get $10 to $15 individually for them. Up next is a sweatshirt. This is a Fairbanks, Alaska sweatshirt. You can see there. This one is on an MV Sport tag. It is an XXL. So just a pretty plain quarter zip sweatshirt. I only paid $1 for this at my local thrift store. It sold for $8.35, so it's only about a $5 profit. Sold in about 4 to 5 months. Up next are 2 Longaberger ceramic items that are going out to different buyers. So they're both paprika color. So you can see it does say paprika there. This one's just a simple coffee mug. It is still new in its box. This one I paid about $5. It sold for $13.80. So it's actually only about a $5 profit after fees. It sold in about 4 months. Now, the thing with that one is I got other items in the lot with it that were much bigger profit. So I typically cost average. So if I paid $100 for 20 items, I say I paid $5 each, even though one of those items might be worth $100 or $200. That way I just have an idea of how much into each I am. Next is a large milk pitcher. This one also is paprika. So this is one of the items in that same lot that I paid $5 for, but this one sold for $45.49, making it about a $35 profit in the same 4 months. Up next, I've had these for over a year. These are Princess House. If you see there that etching, it is very typical of Princess House. So it actually is four of these cups. Sold for $27.27. I only paid $5, so they're going to be about a $16 profit, but they took over a year to sell. Up next is a charcoal toothbrush. So this was in one of my Boxy Charm boxes. So I pay about $5 per item in these. This one sold for $5, so it is just basically getting my money back. There is no profit, if anything, a little bit of loss after fees. So this one took about 3 months to sell. Up next is a pair of headphones I've had for over 2 years. These are Cortland headphones. They're just a generic headphone. These were in a pallet that I bought when I was buying pallets. So they've been here over 2 years. They sold for a whole $6. I'm already in the profit on that lot. So after fees, about a $4 profit on these because we had already made our money back on the pallet. Up next is a little bitty Elvis ornament. This one sold for $12. I paid $2 for this. So this one's about a $7 profit. This one is no such number. And this one took about 5 months to sell. Up next, I believe, is the highest sale of the weekend. And that is this Harley Davidson jacket. This jacket sold for $97.49. I picked this up at a yard sale for $40. So this one's about a $35 to $40 profit, and it sold in about 2 months. So watch for Harley Davidson brand. If you can get it for a good deal, I would pick it up. Up next is a vintage Jamaica wood carved ashtray. So pretty plain, but it does have a Jamaica coin there in the middle. There is the bottom. This one I picked up for $1 at a thrift store. It sold for $19.48, so it's going to be about a $14 profit after fees. Watch for ashtrays because you can get them cheap a lot, and some of them are worth quite a bit more than this one. Up next is this cute little smock. It is a little vintage children's painting smock. It has little pockets. This one I paid $1 for. It sold for $15. Plus the buyer paid shipping. So this little smock's going to be about a $10 profit after fees, and it took about 6 months to sell. Up next is a Starbucks cup. The Starbucks stuff sells typically pretty fast if you price it right. So this is a gold and black kind of cheetah print here. Does say Starbucks there. So this one has the flip lid, and this one was from 2019. I bought this in an online auction lot. Paid only about $4 for it. It sold for $16.50, so it's about an $8 profit, but it sold in under a month. Up next are an open and close sign. These are actually going international. So these are vintage open and close signs. And the buyer, I believe, is in Japan, and they asked me to combine them. So what I did was make them a single listing for these two. They picked them up for $20, plus they paid over $20 in shipping. So these two are, I only paid $1. I only paid $1 each. So I'm $2 in. They're going to be about a $13 profit, and they sold in about 6 months. Up next is this little pendant, really, really pretty. This one I paid pennies for. It sold for $5, plus the buyer paid shipping, so it's going to be about a $3 profit after fees. Up next, if you're not paying attention to miniatures and smalls, I definitely would. One thing is it's easy to ship them. They don't take up much space to store. Some of them sell for a lot. So this little Royal Dalton doll, there's the bottom of her. Her name is Victoria. I paid about $10 for her, so I did pay up. She sold for $32.49, so she's about a $16 profit, and she sold in about 6 months. Some Longaberger napkins. These I put candy cane stripe holiday. Paid $1 for these. They sold for $11.04, so they're about an $8 profit after fees, and they took about 5 months to sell. Next, think outside of the box. Think outside of the box and keyword well. These are beautiful beaded coasters. They are vintage. The back is just the cotton fabric. It is a set of 4. I only paid $1. These sold for $16.24, plus the buyer paid shipping. So they're going to be about a $13 to $14 profit, and they took about 3 months to sell. Up next is another ashtray. So I haven't sold an ashtray in a while, and we have 2 going out today. This one's really cool. Really, really cool mid-century modern horse. Look at that glaze. Beautiful, beautiful pottery. This one is dated 1962. This one I paid $5 for. It sold for $38.99. So this one's about a $27 profit, but it did take about 8 months to sell. Another Starbucks mug. This is a beautiful flower Starbucks mug. You can see the Starbucks there. Again, only paid about $3 for this in an online lot. And this one sold for $11.69. So it's only about a $6 profit, but it sold in under 2 weeks. Up next is a set of plates. So these are golfing plates. I picked them up for only $1. So there are 4 of them with different scenes. So paid $1 for all 4 at a yard sale. They sold for $18.41. So they're actually only going to be about a $13 profit, and they did take over a year to sell. Up next is a bowl I found while I was out thrifting in Pennsylvania with Dagny, Flying Pig Thrifts, and Dale Flippin' Fiasco. I absolutely love this. It is an studio art pottery bowl, but it is so cute. It's like a chocolate splash. It's got little hearts. There's the bottom. It's not signed, but it is so, so cute. I'm glad it finally sold. It did take over a year. Sold for $13.64. So this one I paid, I think, $2 or $3 for. So it's going to be about a $7 profit, and took over a year to sell, but it is so cute. I couldn't leave it there. Up next is a license plate. This one says CNE 1973 Ohio. I paid $1 for this. It sold for $22, so it's about a $16 profit, and it sold in 4 months. Up next is a silver plated serving dish. It needs polishing. I don't ever polish stuff because some people like the tarnish. So I don't assume that they would like this polish. Some like this. So this one I paid about $3 for. It sold for $17, so it's about a $10 profit, and this one took about a year to sell. Up next is a vintage Cappa di Monte. Beautiful. This actually is either a rose or a camellia. So there are some tiny chips, but nothing overly bad on this one. Beautiful, beautiful piece. It is marked there with your Cappa di Monte stamp. This one I got in a lot for about $3. This one sold for $18.17. So it's about a $10 profit. This is another thing I probably would not pick up again because it's so, so fragile, and for only a $10 profit, not really worth the time to pack. Up next is a Kurakin. It does have the Harley Davidson little imprint there, but this is Kurakin brand. This is an inner primary trim. Ask me what that means. I don't know. I just copied the part number. So this one I paid probably about $50 for. So this is less than a $10 profit because I paid too much. If you remember, the last lot of Harley parts that I bought, I way overpaid. So will not make that mistake again. Do you know about vintage Tupperware? If you do not, it sells. We actually had a yellow bowl like this without the lid, and it sold really fast. This one also sold in under a week. I remember my mom used to keep flour in this bowl. So this is a large fix and mix and store Tupperware bowl. I only paid a couple of dollars, if that. This one sold for $19.49 plus the buyer paid shipping. So this one here is going to be about probably about a $13 to $14 profit, but it sold really fast. All right, we are done with eBay, but I'm going to show you Etsy, Mercari, Poshmark now. Say it every week because it's true. We use List Perfectly to cross post. If you want to get more sales, step up your reselling game. List Perfectly is a great addition to any business. You can use my code, the Nurse Flipper, to get 30% off. Try them for a month. You should see pretty instant results with them. So over on Etsy, we just had the one sale. This one sold for $25 plus the buyer paid shipping. You can see how badly damaged this is. So don't think that damaged ones will not sell. This is from 1956, and this one's going to be close to a $20 profit. All right, another kind of not in great shape license plate. This Texas license plate sold on Poshmark for $8. So this one's going to be about a $4 profit. And this one sold in about 4 months. All right, over on Mercari, we had 3 sales. First was this dolphin mug. So this is a vintage UNESCO mug. It is not marked, but I learned that by research. This one sold for $19 on Poshmark. I only paid $1, so this one's about a $15 profit. Not too bad of a sale on Mercari on this one. All right, the next 2 items, my mom messed up when she was cross-posting, so they are actually a loss, but I am still shipping them because that was my issue, not the buyers. So I am losing money on these. So this Swan Princess DVD sold for $5, but after fees I get like $4. My mom put it as free shipping that I would pay, so this is gonna be about a $1 loss. So mistakes happen, and you just gotta, I say honor it if it is your mess up, not the buyers. Even if it means losing money, it's not their fault. So I go ahead and ship stuff out when this happens. And there's another one that it happened with as well. But this scrub top sold for $9. We get about $7.75 payout, but my mom put free shipping. Mom put free shipping. Shipping's gonna be about $4 to $5. And I paid $1. So we might make $1 on this one, but mom went back and thought she had fixed all of them. Apparently she had not, so I might need to check that again. And yeah, so that's what happened on Mercari this weekend. We also had 2 direct sales going out to Miss Sherilyn. She watched my catch treasure hunting video. So if you guys watch my catch treasure hunting or haul videos on my Nurse Flipper channel, feel free to email me if you would like to purchase anything, and I can give you a better price without having to worry about the fees. So we have a lot of thrifting videos that will be coming out over on Catch Treasure Hunting. So watch that. If you see something you like, let me know, just like Miss Sherilyn did. So let me show you what she got. So Miss Sherilyn bought this Life is Better at Marathon because she's been down the Florida Keys and she loved it. So she got this cup as well as this vintage No Name pub. So she's actually been to the No Name pub with her husband on Big Pine Key, and she picked up this shirt and the cup. I did $35 free shipping for her on those 2. So Miss Sherilyn, thank you so much. She also gets a lot from us over on Whatnot. I wanted to update you guys. We only have a couple of days left to raise money for the kids' soccer, and we're about $550 away from hitting our goal. So thank you so much to all of you who have bought the support stickers on Whatnot, sent me coffees, sent super chats while we're live. I really appreciate it. We're really close. We only need about 550 more. So if you would like to donate and you haven't yet, please do that. We do have to have the money in by the 27th. So we have to have it in really soon. I appreciate you guys watching. Let's go ahead and pick the winner of a free month of My Reseller Genie. If you do not know about My Reseller Genie, it is an accounting software program for resellers that imports your data from eBay and helps you with your accounting as well as keeping track of inventory. So their packages are only $9.99 to $19.99 a month, but we're going to give away a free month right now. All right, so we've got 116 entries, and we are going to pick the winner for the free month of My Reseller Genie. Let's see. Miss Gayleen is the winner, says MRG. Thanks, nice smile. Miss Gayleen, thank you so much. Go ahead and give me an email, thenurseflipper@yahoo.com, and I will get your information over to My Reseller Genie. To the rest of you, if you want to check it out, use my code, thenurseflipper, get 15% off your first month. And I will see you guys on Tuesday night with our live. We will be live with Carrie and Dawn, American Arbitrage and Lady Arbitrage. So please come join us on Tuesday. And then I will have a video out on Poshmark on Thursday. So I look forward to seeing you all then. Thank you so much. I hope you have an excellent weekend.